Today's guest is a cosmetic chemist and beauty business strategist. She is known as the Beauty Shark, a business strategist who helps founders build products, brands, pitches, and businesses that sell. We already know the answer is 42. So today we are going to find out from Ginger King what the ultimate question we should be asking in our business is. What's up, everybody? Michael Johnson here with the 42 podcast, where we already know the answer and we're on a quest to find the ultimate question. I'm excited you're here with me today as we explore the ultimate question with another amazing guest expert and business owner. Today, we have Ginger King joining us on the show. Let's get her on the stage so you guys can meet her. Thank you so much, Ginger, for joining us and being part of the 42 podcast.
My pleasure and honor.
It's so fun to have you here. We're going to jump right in to the juicy stuff. We want to know about your backstory. You have such an incredible journey. Start from wherever you'd like and start to share with us how you got to where you're at today and doing what you're doing.
Sure. Actually, I have this lifelong relationship with beauty when I was a young kid. My mom started she was the very first woman brought Shiseido boutique from Japan to Taiwan. And I was always watching under the influence without knowing. I already have that bug in my blood.
Right.
And when I came to America, I started playing with makeup. And in my mind, I thought one day I'm going to be a makeup artist because I see how makeup can transform how people perceive you. However, being Asian, you are expected, if you don't get the PhD, at least get a master's degree. So when the cosmetology school called, my uncle picked up the phone. Ginger, cosmetology, you got the wrong number. Click.
Oh my gosh.
And that went my dream. However, I'm a very persistent person. So if I cannot be a makeup artist, why don't I learn how to make cosmetics?
Right.
Yes, I study in chemistry, which is a science degree that is considered a good degree for Asian culture. But later today, no, I want to make cosmetics. So that's how I became a cosmetic chemist. I've been doing cosmetic chemistry for over 30 years now. And even when I was going to school, I knew what I wanted because I wanted to be a makeup artist, right? So I moonlighted in the department store. I worked behind the counter for Estee Lauder, Elizabeth Arden, Clarins, and all these giant beauty companies. I was able to practice my makeup artistry on customers. And that's also how I learned the first interaction with consumers. And this helps me later down in my journey that whenever I create products, I always have consumer in mind. Always. Because I understand the interaction.
Right. Yeah, it's such an important element. That's such an important piece. Tell me a little bit more about what you're currently doing, because that's a crazy winding road to get to what you're doing now and how you're serving people now, because that's pretty cool. We got to talk a little before this. I want them to hear what you're doing.
Sure. So, I've been a cosmetic chemist, but I know it's not enough for me. I have way better things to do. So besides working for retail, being a cosmetic chemist, I also learned manufacturing, I learned marketing. I learned everything that is to bring everything in a full package.
Right.
If you only know product, it's not enough, because if you don't know how to market and sell to people, your product is gathering dust on the shelf.
Sure.
So I keep honing my skills. So I've been doing a consultant to help people to build their own beauty brand from concept to launch, including formulations they can own. And I always joke, I'm like a surrogate mom, because I take your ideas and help you to bring to life and hand it to you.
Right.
However, I also noticed a lot of these beauty founders, after I handed them their baby, They have no idea how to bring up the baby. So I said, okay, then I'll be the baby's nanny. I
Right.
help you to do sales and marketing
Right.
so
Right.
your baby can prosper. And then I also noticed once you are ready to go to retail, you need investors.
Right.
So I also help you to pitch to find you a sugar daddy for your baby.
I love that. That is hilarious.
Yeah, so this is how my career has progressed into more like a full service because a lot of time people come to me, oh, you are a cosmetic chemist. Can you make me a skin serum? Can you make me a hair product? Of
Right.
course.
Sure.
Anyone have that title can do that because that's what they are trained to do.
Sure.
But not everyone can help you to build a brand.
Right.
And this is what I'm more interested because a product is a product. Without the proper packaging, without the story, it's hard to sell.
Right. Right. Absolutely. And what a unique approach to doing that. I mean, and I love the fact that on your journey, you found a way to still do what you loved, even though maybe there were some cultural things that maybe tried to hold you back. You still found a way to bring it to life. And I feel like so many entrepreneurs out there have this somehow and somewhere in their life where something's trying to hold them back, but they have a feeling or an instinct that, gosh, they really want to do that. And I think your story demonstrates that so beautifully.
Thank you.
So let's jump into the guts of the story. I'm so excited to be able to find out. For those of you that are new to the show, we ask every guest to come in and prepare an ultimate question for you. Obviously, we know, as we said, the answer is 42. I know that's just supposed to be funny, but the ultimate question is the part that we care about, right? You have this beautiful journey that you've been on, and you went against odds and found a way to still become amazing at what you do, and then to take it a step further and be able to help people with all the problems that they were having within your industry. And that is amazing. And I know that along your way, you had to have figured out something that was working and something that can help your people that you help on a regular basis. So we've asked you to prepare the ultimate question that we should be asking in our business. And we're excited to hear it. So are you ready to tell us what you came up with? Before we get to today's ultimate questions, a quick note from Business Choreography. If your prospects need education before they're ready to buy, you probably need more than random content and one-off conversations. You need a structured way to teach, build trust, and help the right people understand why your work matters. That's what the free event systems masterclass from Business Choreography is all about. It shows how experts, coaches, consultants, educators, speakers, and service providers can use repeatable events to create trust and move the right people towards qualified sales conversations. You can watch the free masterclass at eventchoreo.com. That's eventchoreo.com. Now, let's get back to the show. What's the ultimate question you believe we should be asking in our business?
The ultimate question is, how do you plan to exit?
Okay.
I understand this could be controversial because a lot of people say if you really love what you do, you should never exit, right?
Right.
However, everybody dies. And how are you gonna let others inherit what you have? You leave a legacy?
Right.
Or you must exit your business so somebody else can carry over and continue to bring it to the next level.
Right. There's, as I ask myself that question, we have a number of businesses, but as I ask myself that question, I think, wow, that feels really overwhelming. What have you learned about that question that makes it feel less overwhelming?
You need to understand when you start something, what is your end goal? Start with an end in mind to be effective. That's how Stephen Covey preaches.
Right.
So if you start with an end in mind, you know how you're gonna exit. This is actually gonna detect where your business is gonna go. For
Sure.
example, my beauty founders, when they come to me, if they know they're gonna open IPO since day one, if they know they're gonna be acquired by other companies since day one, the strategy is very different than
Right.
from you're gonna pass down generations. And this is why this is a very, very important question for any business owners to know. How do you plan to exit since day
Yeah.
one?
Yeah. And what a cool way to look at it, because when we build things in our business, like the products you were mentioning earlier, we think of the product, we think of the end, we think of what it is that we want to build, and then we go back and we try to figure out how to get there. So we do it all the time. We do it with our marketing, we do it with our product that we're going to build. So it makes absolute sense that we should also do it with the business as a whole, because that will clearly determine how we're going to get there.
Correct.
Very cool. And you help your clients do that as well, which is pretty cool, because you have a unique perspective. Not just I would call it giving a man a fish, right? If you give him a
Mhm.
fish, he'll eat for a day. So you've learned that if you give them that product, they're not going to have a clue what to do with it.
Correct.
I love that. That's really cool. What do you feel like on your journey got you to finally realize that this is the question? Like, what was the thing that finally clicked and made you understand and know that this was it? This was the question.
I have to say, I give a lot of credit to my mentors. I have a lot of great mentors along the way,
Yeah.
including Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone, like he always talk about all kinds of different sales principles. And at the end of the day, it's like, how are you gonna leave your legacy?
Right.
And I also become the certified 10x business coach. I kind of preach what he teaches as well.
Right. Right. Yeah, it makes sense. And what a great perspective. I want to encourage you listening to take a moment and ask yourself that. To really ask it, because I think sometimes it's easy to get lost in the overall answer of the question. But like, ask yourself, how do you plan to exit? Have you already thought of that? I mean, what a great question. And I know, just like you're saying, that most people aren't thinking about the end. They're not thinking about the end. They're thinking about making money. They're thinking about how to get leads, and what their cost of acquisition is. But what a cool concept. If somebody is asking that and it's really resonating with them right now, if they're asking themselves that question, what do you feel like is the right amount of time for them to spend on it? I mean, there's a lot of things we've got to do in business. There's a lot of things we got to focus on. What would you say is the right amount of time we should spend on that without losing sight of keeping the business going, or continuing to grow the business?
They should start thinking about it by very simply asking the why. Why did they even start it? And it's not asking why on a superficial level. It's the 7 layers deep why. You
Right.
keep different asking why you push to the point. It's like, why are you doing this? And if
Right.
you have that crystal clear, then you can know how are you gonna exit it.
Right. Right. I love that. Okay, let's get to the next one, because I'm excited for this one too. We asked you to prepare what you felt like the ultimate question is that we should be asking in our life. This one's a little more philosophical, so I can't wait to hear it. What did you come up with? What is that question?
Have you reached your highest potential yet?
Oh my gosh. That's a huge one. What if the answer is no?
Keep continue improving. Actually, this is a trick question. This should be no for everyone, because if you already reaches your highest potential, you are a flat line. You die.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how you do continuous improvement every single day. You know you can do more.
Right. Absolutely. And why did you finally settle on this one? I mean, obviously the thing that's interesting to me is getting to ask everybody this question and getting to find out what they're thinking about. I love to find out why this one. I mean, there's a lot of questions you could ask, but why this one?
Because I'm a 10x person, so you need to keep 10xing. Even if you achieve your goal, you should always raise the bar.
Right. Right.
It's just never enough. I mean, you never know what you can do until you set your bar high enough, and then just over and over and over again.
Absolutely. Do you feel like, I hear a lot of people talk about the idea that that sounds exhausting, right? Like, I know I should want to grow, and I know, getting to that next level is here, but I do meet a lot of entrepreneurs that feel like, oh, I'm just tired. I'm tired of doing that. What do you think that's a sign of? Do you think that that they're just not in love with it, or do you feel like it's just about finding something else?
There are two things. If you say you feel like burning out, that means you lost the passion somewhere when you started.
Right.
You lost that, because if you truly love what you do, it's you are playing every single day.
Right.
Second thing is more like you are not sure what to do. A lot of times people think, oh, this is so difficult. Some people may say, oh, AI, I'm like, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. And they may think it's difficult. Actually, it's not difficult. It's you are not familiar with it.
Right.
It's like, when you go to a party or go to a new place, you always feel like going in there seems like taking forever, but coming back is always faster.
Right.
The reason is when you go into a new territory, you have
Right.
no idea what's going on. Coming back is faster because you already know what's
Right.
gonna be happening around you. So it's not difficult. It's you are not familiar with it.
Right. I love how this connects directly to the plan, what your plan is for exiting your business. Because if you were burning out and you did lose the passion for it, if you had figured out your plan for exit, you could exit that and move to the thing that was moving you and moving your spirit, moving your soul to actually take action. But without that plan on what you were going to do to exit, you're going to feel a little bit like you're stuck and like you can't move. And I think that also lends itself to some challenging times.
Absolutely.
Such an interesting combination of questions, uh, and so glad you brought it up, guys. I want you to think about this as you are moving through your day. Have you taken some time to plan how you would exit? Doesn't mean you have to, but having the plan to is huge. And where are you at in regards to reaching your full potential? So take a moment to think about that right now. That's why you come to this show, right? That's why you guys are listening. So I really want you to take a moment and contemplate those two questions. Ginger, you have been so kind to come and share what you do, your experience, your journey with us on the show. And you also were kind enough to bring a gift for our audience. What did you bring them today that you're sharing with them?
For the listeners, I'm willing to give you 20 minutes free 10x coaching.
Cool. That is so awesome. We will put that link in the description, and we will make sure you can get to it. All of Ginger's information will be down there for you to get to, and for you to be able to find a way to connect with her if you want to learn more. So excited to have you here on the show today, and you do some very unique work. And I can easily say I've never met anyone that is in the line of work that you do, and it is so cool what you are creating and what you are building. So thank you so much for coming and sharing your journey and sharing what you do with us today. It has been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, Michael.
Absolutely. Hey guys, of course, we want you contemplating these questions. And of course, we're so thankful that you guys are listening. Make sure to give us a like and a subscribe and share this with your friends so that they can join us on this journey and this quest to learn the ultimate question. And of course, until next time, remember, 42 is the answer. Keep searching for the ultimate question. And remember, don't panic. It's all going to work out. It's going to be all right.